Cathie Woods is back at it again and reiterates her $2,600 stock price, but only a year later, not 2029, 2030. It's pretty interesting, and then she drops some bombshells about humanoid robots, and we gotta talk about it. And hey, Elon Musk does agree on that as well. So this is a juicy video, an awesome video. So make sure you guys smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go.
Where are you on Tesla at this point? You've been a bull for a very, very long time. We're at $287.
Yes, well, as we have put out there, our target in 5 years, so 2030 again, is $2,600. And our confidence in that number has gone up now that Tesla is commercializing robotaxis in August, in June. What we don't have in that number, and what is happening faster than we expected, and as you know, we're very focused on learning curves and how quickly new technologies are going to evolve. Humanoid robots. And Elon has been talking about that market being bigger, ultimately, than the robotaxi market. And he talks about Tesla being #1 globally when it comes to humanoid robots, and also says that China is #2 to 10. So we have to get moving on that score as well. We think that's a $26 trillion revenue opportunity split between home and industrial in the next 5 to 10 years. It's going to be a huge market. And the reason Tesla is ahead of the game is we're talking about the three platforms it's already innovating on. Robots, robotaxis are robots, energy storage, they will be electric, and AI. Those are the three technologies in the humanoid robot movement as well.
So first things first, her target has moved up 1 year instead of 2029 to 2030. Pretty much saying that we're moving the goalpost to 2030, not 2029, because she's been saying that the stock could hit 2020 to 2,600 in 2029. Now she's saying that by 2030. So 1 year later, she also has said that the stock could hit 2,000 by 2027. So literally less than 2 years from now, or we can say 2 years from now, depending, because 2026, 2027, a whole year has 12 months. So we can give it 2 years. Is that possible? Will we see 2,000 by 2027 if everything goes right? If the market understands what's going to happen in the future, and they understand and get it, if they get it, if Wall Street gets it, what's about to happen, potentially we could probably hit 2,000. And hey, the stock can irrationally hit 2,000 and go back to 1,000, or we can even go to 800 or 700, whatever the stock price could be. It's volatile, and it's Tesla, and it's Elon Musk. So this is the natural of this stock. But that's her prediction. She just moved it up to 2030 rather than 2029. I hope she doesn't move it up again. I hope she doesn't. But she's saying that by 2030, she's saying that her confidence has gone up due to Tesla that's about to commercialize robotaxis in Austin in June, which is going to happen literally in about 20 days or so. Guys, I'm so pumped for that. Now, obviously, for the first 30 days, I don't think much is going to happen. I think there's going to be a mass testing in Austin with the current employees. And then afterwards, when everything is right, I mean, 30 days could be even longer. I would say anywhere between 15 days to 45 days. I think that's a good range to have this expectation that it's not going to be open to the public until things are good to go. It's interesting. I had a podcast with Phil. He is a ex-Rivian tech team founder, and he had a very good prediction on what could happen with robotaxis. You guys can check the video right here. Not the video, the whole podcast. It was an awesome podcast. But this is the beginning. This is the beginning of robotaxis being commercialized. Something that can really bring the stock and the valuation of the company to next levels. But then she dropped something very interesting in this interview, right? So the first thing was that the price target of 2,600, she hasn't changed it. The only thing that's changed is that it's gone to 2030 rather than 2029. Not a big deal. They're just predictions predictions. So that's nothing. The second thing is that she was talking about humanoid robots. She's saying that what Tesla is saying is that humanoid being bigger than the robotaxi market, which is absolutely true. I mean, just take a look at this S-curve right here. You guys can see it, right? Autos, FST and robotaxi, and then energy. I mean, this is debatable. Some people are saying that these things should be switched. Then we got the bot that is not debatable at all. Everyone is talking about the bot's going to be bigger than everything because it's going after the global labor, which is flipping the biggest industry out there. Insane. So everyone agrees to this, and so does Cathie Woods. But here's the thing. Elon did say that Tesla is the #1 global globally when it comes to humanoid robots. And China is from number 2 to 10, which is absolutely quite scary. But here's the bombshell that Cathie Woods dropped, and she was mentioning a 26 trillion revenue opportunity in the humanoid robot space. That's an insane amount of number. Get this, guys, $2,600 per share is what Cathie Woods is projecting, just what the Robotaxis is going to value Tesla. No energy, no autos, nothing else, no other revenue stream. It's just full Robotaxis or full self-driving, which is just insane. Now she's just talking about it separately, $26 trillion revenue for just humanoid robots. Let's just say Tesla takes 20% of that, which is about, like, let's say 5 trillion. Let's actually go even lower than that. Let's say 10% of that, right, in revenue. That would be what? 2.6 trillion in revenue, which is, it's still a mind-boggling number, but let's say Tesla owns 10% of this 26% revenue humanoid robot opportunity. Margins on these are going to be pretty flippin' high. I would suspect somewhere in the 50%, 60%, because if this is going to be a software as a service, you're going to pay monthly for updates and maintenance and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be a 50% plus margin. Let's just say 50%. Because we've always known that Elon is talking about a 50% margin. Cathie's talking about a 50% margin. Everybody's talking about a 50% margin. And let's just say it's gross profits, right? Let's say a 50% margin. 50% profits is about 1.3 trillion in profits. Let's bring that down to 1 trillion, right? Let's, bringing the margin down below 50%, but let's say 1 trillion just to keep things simple. Man, what kind of PE and what kind of multiple do you give this thing? You have $1 trillion in profits coming in every year and growing. What kind of multiple do you put this on? Because if you look at Apple and Microsoft and all these other guys, they have a 30 PE and their margins are only 30%, 35%. Tesla for humanoid robots is probably going to be double that. Maybe in the worst case scenario, 50%. What kind of multiple do you put on $1 trillion? You can't put a multiple of 5 because that means they're not growing, and it's pretty much what the other automakers are, what their PEs are. So that doesn't make any sense. And you can't give it a 30 multiple because they're growing, right? They're growing at a much higher rate than Apple and Microsoft, and their margins are more. So do you give it a multiple of 50? Do you give it a multiple of 40? Do you give it a multiple of 60? Because here's the thing, guys, with robots, the way that they're going to be making money and the way how things are going to be developing with this when they keep going in the future and the way they're going to be scaling this indicates many things. Number 1, there's demand for it. Number 2, it's being scaled out. And number 3, there's growth and earnings happening every single quarter and years. Annually. It's ridiculous. Like, when I think about it, it really fries my brain. I just can't. That's why for me, Robotaxi is a whole lot easier to sit down and do the numbers. With the bot, it's absolutely brain melting because I just can't comprehend the numbers. It just doesn't make any sense, which comes back to it. With all these elements, high demand, high earnings and growth, and just being scaled up, what kind of multiple do you give this? 10, 15, 20? That's too low. 30, 40? That's too mediocre. 50, 60? Kind of looks like it. And if you want to give it a 50 PE on a 1 trillion profit, that's a valuation of $50, $60 trillion. How is that even possible? I don't even know. And this is just the humanoid robots. If you combine that with Cathie Woods of $2,600 per share, because that's about 9 trillion in valuation, we're talking about like a 70 trillion multiple. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't even know what to say about this. And then she ends off this interview by saying that Tesla is ahead because they have robots, robotaxis, and the bot, energy, megapacks and Powerwall, all that kind of stuff, and AI, neural nets, and all the AI that they're working on. They're ahead of it. But I mean, of course, we knew this. It's just that the 26 trillion revenue opportunity that's really melting my brain. Even if you take 10% and bring the profits below 50%, you're still going to get a crazy number. That's really mind-boggling. I just don't get it. This is why I'm just sticking to Robotaxi. I know it's a mistake not to eye on the bots, but I want to be able to not have a headache every day or just have a fried brain every day just thinking about this thing, because the numbers are just ridiculous. Elon Musk agrees to this, saying that lots of execution required for that, like a lot, but it is in the realm of the possible. Elon Musk has said this many times that there needs to be a lot of work to get this done, but he can see it. He's also said that Tesla can be worth the top 5 companies combined, which is $15-16 trillion, which is absolutely, again, a lot of money, insane, which is 50% more than what Cathie is saying, around there. It's absolutely insane. Talking about the humanoid robots, Elon Musk says that they will be everywhere. He also says the same thing about the cybercab, say that cybercab will be ubiquitous. In other words, it's going to be everywhere. It's good to see Elon coming and saying all these things. Then you see Cathie was saying all that melts your brain. It's just a lot of things, man. This is why I'm all investing. Again, 2030 is going to be an awesome year for Tesla. And I'm excited for it. I'm absolutely excited for it. Sheesh! Comment down below, what is your 2030 stock price? You already know what my stock price is, so I want to know your stock price. Comment down below, curious to know. I just did a podcast with Phil, amazing guy. Make sure you guys check it out, and make sure you guys grab your popcorn for it as well. It was an awesome, very informative. And after doing this podcast with him, I'm actually more bullish. I've been bullish, but this is what he told me, because he's the guy who made the software from scratch with Rivian. And he's talking about Tesla's a whole new ball game. You're just gonna watch it yourself. Subscribe, guys. Become a channel member. And I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.